more than the discarded pieces of my life. It takes courage to collect our indulgences and petty crimes, which will never stay neatly bundled and tied, but spill out into the world. We refuse to cohabit with our mistakes. So you must haul away our wadded cellophane souls. You, garbage men, understand the truth that dirty hands are the flesh machines to purify a polluted heart. Not quick to judge us in bleary-eyed 8 a.m., coffeeless and lumbering through dewy lawns, cursing and waving that one last rain-soaked bag of unread bills, shampoo bottles, and last week's newspapers. I will kneel and confess now that I meant to recycle. And since I'm in this seeker's posture, I want to ask, will you really take it all away? Will you feed the refuse of my sin into the jaws of some vibrating metal beast? Will I have to keep some burdens to anchor myself to this earth? I want to believe that you believe that I exist beyond these sloppy hours, that I am not just the sum of my cast-off parts. I could learn your routine. Practice sitting comfortably with the rejected, open my arms, eyes, and nostrils to embrace the unbeautiful. Teach me that hearts are not garbage and responsibility to love doesn't end at the curb. Technical difficulties. Okay. Last day of summer for the kids who are resisting early alarm calls and defying all sensible advice. As afternoon dissolves into evening and evening deepens into night, they swarm and buzz in the August nocturne. Humidity crawling across the Oklahoma plains like a forgotten promise come calling with a reminder of freer times. And one last night to celebrate the infinite coffee house trawling. Old friends are met with expectant exaltations, gathering stories of what has passed since paths last curved into this perigee. You cannot deny the weight of the air, the impression that all things are coming to an end and taking with them a beauty that will never be captured with the same intensity. I sit cross-legged on the littered pavement, right foot tucked under left knee, at least 20 separate conversations tied over and around me. I am floating in the flotsam of laughter and longing. Words and smoke curl around the fingers of the boy who is leaning on the already crooked stop sign. And the girls in thrift store sundresses, rat-a-tat-tat machine gun gossip in a steady stream, firing judgments and denials in quick, unforgiving succession. And because he cannot look away from their red mouths and brown shoulders rising like golden monuments to summer above a landscape of newly blossomed breasts, he inhales the sound and shape of their voices. Because the syllables all loop around each other in some foreign tongue he cannot begin to unravel. Around the corner, time is etched out in ragged notes as the last jam session of the summer casted stones into the lake of night, rippling the quiet with overlapping melodies. June bugs scatter towards darker, silent places as the music threads out across the cracked sidewalk and entangles my heart with wistful rhythms of other summers, dangling younger selves in memory's thin web. This is called Elegy for a Marriage. I am silent because we shared one voice. It took an accident or miracle, both equally cruel, to split our vocal cords in two and let us speak in separate sentences. For so many years we lived this way with limbs and mouths entwined, our words continually circling each other in some intricate dance. spun our hearts this way until they turned into some black liquid, our faces distorted by expressions of anger. When the language deserted us, it kidnapped love, a hostage of unmistakable intentions. Brutal and mistaken. Where does the dictionary of loss begin and end? I stutter. I shrug my shoulders. I grieve for my limp tongue that will not leave its morning bed. Every word has abandoned me now, ditched like the ugly friend at a singles bar. I pass away the time until last call by pretending to smoke and be indifferent, but the collecting ashes spell out a gray truth. Without your quiet heart to hear my dreams, they simply wither like an unused limb. Now that you are gone, I drink in the silence. I walk through the empty house, touching the few things you left behind, hoping to feel some vibration of you, some ghost of longing that carries an echo of our life. I set certain memories on repeat, a waxy revolution of emotions and flesh that loop in my head, skipping over the very worst, only playing the hooks of happier times. It's a scratchy, humming sound of some place that I can't go back to and may never have existed. I keep looking for it on some dream plane, the last highway's last mystery exit that calls me in the darkest of 3 a.m.s, imagining that I could coax the magic and grace back into my life. Some mornings, I imagine I feel the weight of your heavy head resting in the crook of my neck, nose pressed into my bony shoulder. And when I wake in the morning, it takes every bit of faith I have to conceive that life will go on, that I will relearn the normal motions again. Every moment is focused on remembering how to speak. I wrap my hands around my throat and wait to feel some vibration rising. I will own my patience like a womb, hollow and free, waiting to be filled with new life. Until then, I will record the silence in a red leather journal, even though it burns my hand.